Ready?
You ready?
Yeah, I'm ready. You've been on the naughty list,
Buddy.
like since you walked into this room.
You were starting shit with me, and I will
no,
not
I
take that
wasn't.
from
You started
anybody.
knocking my water
Yeah,
bottle.
because remember when I
all
was out there and you were
Yeah, because
in
we
here?
were ready to start the damn podcast.
But I told you don't start with me, and I warned you then, and you continued it.
That's the problem. I can't start with you because you weren't in this room.
That was a bad joke.
It doesn't matter. It tracks. It still tracks, and that was the case. And then you come in here talking about how your asshole is so tight.
No.
You're like, oh, I'm Matt Canada, and I got the tightest asshole in all the land.
No, you tried to
That
threaten me.
is
and
what
I
you said.
spin zoned
wait.
your
So I threaten you, and your retort is, my asshole is so tight.
That
You
wasn't
gonna mess
what I
with me?
said.
You
Now-
gonna mess with me?
This is slander because I never
So
said
you've got
my
a
asshole
loose
is tight.
asshole. So you
No.
so now, excuse me, I was wrong. Don't fucking touch my water bottle.
You don't start.
I'm Matt
Oh.
Canada, and I got the loosest
All right, guess
asshole
what?
in the land.
Your
Oh,
Christmas
shit.
present just got returned.
That's all right, because
And when you give
I'm
me
still-
mine, I'm not even gonna open it. I'm just gonna dump gasoline on it and throw matches at it.
if you do that, you are gonna regret it so
No.
hard because you're gonna love your gift so
I've never-
much. I can't wait to give
No
it to you.
regrets, Andy.
I'm so excited. No regrets. Not a single letter. Oh, I got a question for you.
Yeah.
So like, just a little thing. So, you're walking, and you come to a door, and the door is locked. What do you do?
What do you mean?
What do you do? I know it's like a dumb question or whatever, but you're walking, you come to a door, it's locked. You try to open it, it's locked. What do you do?
Where am I?
You're just walking.
Walking where?
I don't know.
In a hallway, obviously, I would guess. There's a door. And what kind of building?
I don't know. Regular building.
Like, is it a hospital? And then I'm assuming I'm
What?
probably not supposed to go down that door.
Hospital?
Like that. Where are there just locked doors where I'm walking?
It's like this. It's like this is one of those. It's not necessarily a thought experiment, but I'm going somewhere with this. But you already keep it. Well, I guess it doesn't matter. So
No. I'll tell you what I would do, but it's so circumstantial. I mean, depending on where I was, like if I was in a hallway and my only way through was this door, and it was like a public building, I'd try to ask somebody like, hey, why can I not get through here? I need to get through here.
I like
If
it.
it was not like necessarily a hallway in a public building and I was like somewhere where I was looking for something, I'd probably just like go to the next door,
Mhm.
like keep walking the other way until.
Okay. So I like that answer. So I'll tell you what's going on. So this is like a thing to see which Harry Potter house you're in. My fiance asked me that question. She's like, "What do you do?" And I guess if you say you like pick the lock, I think you're Gryffindor. If you bust down the door, you're Slytherin. If you knock, you're a Hufflepuff. And if you find the key, you're a Ravenclaw. So remember the wording of the question, right? You come to a door, it's locked. What do you do? So I said go around it because she didn't.
Well, that was
exactly.
That was what I was getting at. Was
Right.
like, am I in a hallway? Yeah.
Yeah. So I guess what I'm trying to say is we're smarter than everyone.
Yeah.
Now that we.
Yeah. We're smarter than all of the 13-year-olds, 11-year-olds that are going
11.
to
You're
Harvard?
11 when you go to Hogwarts.
Yeah, so we're smarter than all of those 11-year-olds.
Which is pretty. Which, in one aspect, that
young.
seems young, but I think it's also a cultural thing, like a British thing. It's also it's definitely a wizard cultural thing
Well, I guess
because
it's like going to middle school.
they don't learn anything though. Like they don't go to school until they're 11. Imagine. Now I don't have kids. I don't know what it's like, but like imagine that you. For the first 11 years of your kid's life, they're just always fucking around. Because
Yeah,
at least when they're 5, they can go to school.
No, because that's
and
not
stuff.
how you parent. That's not how wizards parent their children.
Oh, you've read the wizard parenting
well, I
book?
think
You
about
tell
like
me.
the Weasleys, for
Yeah.
example. Like I feel like in the wizarding world, it's more important to learn like a lot of practical information.
Like what? But
Like I feel like kids just like run around and like get into mischief and like explore and like figure out like and play with like toads and stuff.
right.
I don't know. And like that's where their knowledge comes. Like they're knowledgeable,
so.
and it's
But
not
I would
always
say
that,
they
'cause
are
what if they live
kind
in
of
a city?
lacking an element of common sense. And I know that obviously.
Why do you say that?
Well, I know this doesn't necessarily apply to everything that they do because they are living in the wizarding world and not the Muggle world. But when they do go into the Muggle world, it's like how do I put pants on?
Well, they wear pants in the wizarding world too,
Not really. They wear robes.
with pants underneath them.
No, I don't think they do. I think that's from the movies. I'm pretty sure they don't wear pants. I'm pretty sure every wizard in Harry Potter is going commando.
They're literally all wearing pants. They're not always wearing robes.
In the books, though, they're always wearing robes.
Maybe when they're at school.
Oh, right. Yeah, I don't. Oh, man.
Nice.
Those books. You know what? I don't. I'm starting to think those books don't make a whole lot of sense. Some tells me might be
well,
off with them.
usually you don't have to put, and they're wearing pants in a book. Like that's something that's inferred. Like
No, it's not.
Yeah,
if
these
you say
people are wearing
they're
pants.
wearing robes, it doesn't mean they're wearing pants.
Yes, it does. When you see the robes that they're wearing, they're not
yes,
wearing.
when you see it, but when it's written in text.
I know, but you know that because if you look at the cover of the fucking book,
they're not wearing pants.
yes, they are.
You're right. They are wearing pants.
And when they're not wearing robes and they're out in public, again, it's inferred that there's some type of, unless it says they're completely ass naked, it's usually inferred that
It's
there's
usually
some
that
type
they're
of clothing
wearing
on.
robes.
No.
They're always wearing robes. That's a wizard attire.
People wear pants, Andy.
I think that's
people
something
wear long
I think that's
shorts.
something they added in
They're always wearing long shorts.
I think that's
buddy.
something they added in the movies. I don't think.
I could get behind long shorts. I know it sounds kind of dumb. But when I just said it,
But you
got
gotta dream. But you gotta
funny.
dream.
Yeah. What are you wearing? Probably shirt and long
Probably
shorts.
shirt and long shorts.
Yeah.
Probably my dress long shorts.
Yeah, my dress long shorts.
Something like that.
Sure.
What are we gonna wear?
It's hot out. What are you wearing? Probably short pants.
Oh my god.
Long shorts and short pants. That's the
so
only way I'm
stupid.
talking.
What are we wearing something on Christmas this
We
year?
were gonna. I didn't order it.
Okay, because I remember you said you had an idea, but you never told me what it actually was.
Yeah. What was it again?
I don't know I just told you that you never told me.
No, I did tell you.
I don't think so.
Oh, it was. It was the Manger Things hoodies.
Oh yeah. Okay.
That would have been a good one.
Yeah.
It was like the manger of like Jesus being born,
Right.
but above it was the Stranger Things text, and it said Manger Things.
I think
That's funny.
yeah, that's a peak of comedy
Yeah.
right there. They nailed it. I think when we do the Who Would Win tournament, maybe we should wear church clothes. Because I almost wore a turtleneck today instead.
Your best dress like Alex Trebek outfit.
Which is what? Just like
I don't know.
a coffin? You want me
Yeah.
to wear a coffin?
Yeah, we're just gonna kill ourselves.
Like Alex Trebek?
No, he didn't kill himself.
No, I know, but
died
I
of
want to
cancer.
be with Trebek.
Yeah,
Like we're all
our
we're all-
Trebek tribute episode. We
Trebek-
record the whole episode, and then we just Romeo and Juliet it right at the
we
end.
only talk in Jeopardy questions.
Yeah.
That would get so irritating. Or Jeopardy answers.
What
fuck
is?
you. Life?
What is? Shut the fuck up.
Yep, that sounds about right. I watched they have like a Celebrity Jeopardy primetime show now hosted by Mayim Bialik.
Oh yeah, Mayim Bialik.
Yeah. She
The fuck?
people know who she is.
No, they
People
don't.
know who she is. Yeah, they do. Yeah, they do. You don't, but people do.
Name one
know.
person who knows who that is.
Mayim Bialik's mom,
That's in this room.
Emily.
Emily, you do not know who that is. Shut the fuck up.
Shoot. The holiday season is in full swing, folks. Christmas is this weekend, and if that's news to you, you don't need to panic. You can still be the hero this holiday season and get whatever you're looking for delivered right to your front door with Instacart. Because with Instacart, you get not just groceries, but some of your favorite products from some of your favorite local stores delivered right to you in as little as 1 hour, okay? The holidays, the grocery store is always fucking packed, and that place is terrible to begin with. But my God, if you walk in there over the course of these next couple days, it's going to be brutal. Everybody's fighting over for everything. There's so many carts, people bumping into each other. Nobody's looking each other in the eye. You don't need to go to that hellhole. You can just use Instacart. And the best part is right now, Two in the Cooler listeners get free delivery on their first order of $10 or more. All you have to do is spend $10 in Instacart. Like I said, it's going to deliver whatever you're looking for right to your front door in as little as 1 hour. Just hit the link in this episode description to get that deal. Make the holidays easier on yourself and start using Instacart today. And if you're looking for any last-minute Christmas gifts, okay, for the people you care about, or just for yourself, because you deserve it, do something nice for yourself, you should check out all the great stuff that we have got over at snackspot.se/creator/teespring.com. All kinds of great hoodies, the Tri-Blend t-shirts. Ooh, they're so soft. I'm actually wearing one right now. It feels incredible. We've got long sleeve stuff, of course, and a lot of cool accessories. We've got those metal water bottles, pint glasses that are awesome, slides, bucket hats, whatever you're looking for, not just for the show, but also for Scheming and Dreaming and for Quested, the two other podcasts that we produce right here. So go check that stuff out again at snackspot.se/creator/teespring.com, or just hit the link in this episode description or in our Instagram bio. Get yourself something that's going to make you look good, make you feel good. Go check it out, and it's a great way to support the show. And if you're interested in advertising on this show or our twin show Scheming and Dreaming or Quested, the Dungeons & Dragons podcast that we produce right here, you can email us at snackspotsports@gmail.com for details on how you can start reaching tens of thousands of listeners in the Buffalo area and beyond, because podcasting, it's such an effective way to advertise and to market. That's been proven by now. I mean, one of the biggest tells of that is the way that these large companies like McDonald's, State Farm, Walmart are all advertising on podcasts now. And it's crazy because these are companies that everybody knows. They're companies that, like, they'll advertise on the Super Bowl and stuff like that. And it's great to see them move into something a little different, something that's not traditional media the way that TV or print is, which I don't know anybody that pays attention to that stuff, but it is cool to see them move into podcasting. But the problem is it doesn't leave enough room for smaller local companies to get on the action. But that's why we're here. So if you're interested in learning more about all the benefits to podcast advertising, again, reach out to us at snackspotsports@gmail.com. Yeah, she was.
That's a blonde girl?
No, that's what the fuck is that chick's name?
Jennifer Lopez.
Jennifer Lopez, that's it. Jennifer Lopez.
Is that the one? Wait. Is Mayim Bialik the one that dates
Sheldon's girlfriend? Yes.
Really?
Yeah. So she was like a child star as well. She was on a TV show called Blossom in the early 90s.
Is she a nerd in real life?
She is. She does have a doctorate in
being a nerd,
chemical engineering or something like that. But so she hosts Celebrity Jeopardy now, and I caught an episode of it a while back. And Jalen Rose, the former, he was in the Fab Five at Michigan. He played for like a bunch of different NBA teams.
Yeah,
he was on the episode. It was him, this guy Ike Barinholtz, who you'd probably recognize. He's in that movie Blockers
with
John Cena. Yeah. And then Constance Wu, who you might also recognize from some stuff. But Ike Barinholtz is getting like every single one. It was just like the three of them, it was like every single kind of Jeopardy contestants. Ike Barinholtz was getting pretty much every question. Constance Wu started blaming her buzzer for her like not getting things right. And then when I started watching the episode, Jalen Rose was like minus 1,500 points or whatever. And eventually he got up to $300, and he just stopped playing. He just stopped. He was just standing there stone.
Do you get paid out still, or do you have to win to get paid out?
In regular Jeopardy, first place, obviously you win whatever points you acquired or however much cash you acquired during the game, and then second place gets $2,000 and third place gets $1,000.
So you get
you
get $1,000 no matter what.
Yeah, at least you're getting a cool grand out of it.
I would just sign up for Jeopardy.
Which I don't know how much they take away, like, from game shows.
What if you don't make more than $2,000 and you win Jeopardy?
Then that just is what it is.
And the second place person still gets 2 G's?
Yeah, I assume so.
So you could you might want to throw the game.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah. That'd be really hard to do, though. It'd be really hard. It'd be a boring-ass episode of Jeopardy. Everybody would have to be really... Because the two people you're going against would have to be really, really
Well,
dumb.
I'm
'Cause
saying,
in
what
double-
if everybody was, like, super close
Yeah.
and everybody went all in on the Final Jeopardy and all got
right.
it wrong?
Yeah.
And you left yourself with, like, $1, and they both left themselves with 0. You get $1, and the guy that has $0 gets $2,000? Or is it a minimum $2,000 for first place?
I don't know.
That's fucked up.
I want to think that it would be the winner gets $1 because those are the rules. But
I mean, you get another shot at
hey,
it. So
sometimes
hopefully
that's
that
the way it
wouldn't
goes.
happen again.
Yeah, that's true. Hopefully, you could do a little better second time around.
What a Ontario that would be.
What? In Ontario?
Mm-hmm.
What is that? Like a hockey term?
No, it's like a scenario. But I don't know how to spell Ontario or scenario.
So you say Ontario. So you're not spelling either of these words, but you're choosing to say
but like
the
when
one.
I type it, I say like that's a crazy Ontario.
Yeah, I kind of like that actually.
Because I can't spell it.
Yes, I kind of like that strategy actually because then when you're communicating with people,
They know what I'm saying.
exactly.
Yeah.
So never speak.
What you can't spell.
Never speak what you can't spell.
Put that on my
I
tombstone.
kind of like that.
I'm getting a tattoo across my back. Never speak what you can't spell. With hands like this with a rosemary hanging off of them.
What about like a little pencil or something?
No.
Yeah, you're right.
Is that what it's
a
called?
rosary? A rosary.
I've done that, I think, multiple times on this show. Called it a rosemary.
A rosemary? You
Yeah.
used to do that when you were little.
A rosary.
Count the rosary beads. You got me doing it.
Question for you. Nah, never mind. I just don't
Yeah, you
care.
know what? Forget it. Forget about that. We actually don't need to do that right now. A question on a podcast? Forget about it. No. What do you think?
Forget about
I'm
it.
crazy. You're crazy. For slice about it.
Forget about it.
Oh boy.
Can make me start thinking Tulsa King, man. Don't make me start getting into Tulsa King.
If you
These
want to get
Italian
into,
mobsters.
if you want
No,
to
I
get into
don't.
Tulsa King,
But
the
he
floor
does
is
murder
yours.
this guy. He actually kills 2 people in the most recent episode. Spoiler
Nice,
alert.
Nice.
But the one guy, he fucking beats the shit out of him, and then takes his face and holds it like on a burner that's on,
Classic.
and then like keeps beating the shit out of him, and then like throws him to the ground and like kicks him, and looks like he's about to start walking away, just leaving the guy like almost unconscious.
Yeah.
And he turns around and just boom, boom, curb stomps his face in, like literally caves his face in. His
Oh,
whole head.
Good Lord.
Leaks brain on the floor.
See-
It took the boys like 4 hours to clean up.
Oh, really? Okay. So he's got people to clean up for him?
No, well, no. I mean, you'd have to watch the show. It's
All
too
right.
hard to explain.
Yeah.
His family, like his mob family,
Uh-huh.
he doesn't really fuck with anymore
Right.
because
He's the Tulsa King.
he did. Well, no, the reason he's a Tulsa King is because this is why he doesn't fuck with him. Because he did 25 years in prison for not, because he didn't flip, he wouldn't snitch.
Nice.
So he served all 25 years,
Mhm.
and then he got out, and the guy who was his boy, who was like the head of things, and he was tight, is like old as shit now because he's old as shit. He's like 70 in the show,
Right.
but that guy's in bad health. So his son's running the crew. So there's some younger blood in it now, and they got no respect for him. That's why they sent him to Tulsa.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
I mean, you gotta.
The
yeah.
Tulsa King. I didn't realize the Tulsa King was like, these young boys don't know how to do nothing.
That's exact.
And
There used
that's
to be
why.
fucking rules.
And that's why you
There used
like
to be
it because
rules.
you're an old fucking man. God damn
I hope
it.
you get Yeah, no, I know it's there, and it ain't gonna be for long, bud. I knew you had an extra lined up.
I'm always prepared.
There
I'm
is
like
a
the
show I
Tulsa
do want to
King.
talk about.
Okay.
I want to talk some National Treasure.
Oh, I didn't watch the second episode actually. Forgot to. I was busy watching Willow. There used to be rules.
Are you fucking kidding me, Andrew?
I'll watch them. I'll try and watch them tomorrow.
No, that's bullshit. Because then you're gonna watch the next one too.
Oh yeah, that's true. That is what I. Yeah. I didn't come prepared.
You
I
watched
guess.
the first one within hours of it coming out, and you couldn't
Yeah.
watch the second one an entire week.
Yeah, I was watching some other stuff. Slipped my mind.
Tom Clancy's Without Remorse.
Yeah, that's what I was watching. Fuck you.
We can just end the show now. That was what I had for the next
Well, go
40
for it.
or so
Go for
minutes.
it.
No, I want to talk about it with you, man.
I know, but you don't want to.
No,
Fuck. I'm sorry. I didn't watch the second one. Why don't we talk about the first one though?
can't. I don't know what happened in which one. I watched them both
The first
consecutively.
one ends. Spoiler alert, I guess. The first one ends with the ransom call.
Fuck, we gonna talk about it. The first one. You haven't watched the second one.
Yeah. Sorry. I'm sorry. I didn't. You know what? I guess I just wasn't thinking.
All right. I watched the first 6 minutes of the Santa Clauses.
Oh yeah, yeah,
I watched it with my girlfriend,
yeah.
and we were sitting there eating our Chipotle. We were like, "Yeah, let's watch it." And 5 to 6 bites into my Chipotle, 5 minutes into the show or so,
Mhm.
I looked at her and she looked at me, and we both started dying laughing. We're like, "This is the worst television program I've ever watched in my entire life. We need to turn this off right now."
Wow.
Horrible.
I actually watched the whole thing over the weekend. I watched all 6 episodes.
Yeah. Also, to go on record, I said it was a series last week. You're like, "No, it's only 2 episodes."
I thought it was. Yeah, I was wrong. So I watched the whole thing over the weekend, and I hadn't read anything about it before, and I'll tell you what, I loved it. When it was over,
Shut your fucking mouth.
I turned to my fiance and I go, I loved that.
Shut your mouth. And look at me in the eye.
Yeah.
So you had time to watch all 6 episodes of the fucking
Okay,
Santa Claus.
okay.
No, what did I said shut your mouth. You had time to watch all 6 episodes of the Santa Clauses, and you didn't have time to watch the second episode of National Treasure.
Now let me explain.
I'm listening.
I think anybody out there who's in a relationship can understand this. We want to watch something together. She doesn't want to watch the National Treasure
Why?
show. I don't know. She just doesn't. So I got to
And
go.
you're still marrying this woman?
Yeah, that's the plan. So I had to watch the Santa Claus.
Returning her Christmas present now, too.
So nobody gets anything.
No.
And you get coal to
Not
shove
you.
up your tight asshole.
To turn into a diamond. No. Everybody else gets stuff, just not you or Zoe. Anybody who's you know what? Anybody who's watched the first 2 episodes of National Treasure to this point, I will get a Christmas present. You have to just let me know.
Okay, DM Matthew.
No.
Yep.
DM the account.
No, DM Matthew.
No.
He doesn't see the messages on the Two in the Cooler account. Just DM him
They'll
personally.
get relayed to me.
DM him personally.
Do not.
It'll
do
be
not
like
message me on Instagram.
it'll be like Miracle on 34th Street. Couple days, Emily will come in here with a big sack full of envelopes and pour them out. Like they're all coming in. Or like the end of It's a Wonderful
No.
Life.
You know what? The first person to comment on the clip that this is in.
If this makes a clip.
Emily, clip this. The first person to comment on this clip, I will give you Andrew's Christmas present. If you've actually watched both episodes thus far.
So there's gotta be a vetting process. You've got to ask. You've got to
I'll ask the
make
tough
sure that
questions
they.
once they comment on it.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Like what?
I can't tell you.
Stuff
'cause you
that I
haven't
would
seen
know
it.
because
Yeah.
I haven't seen the second one. God damn it! I'm sorry. Fuck. I feel bad.
I had at least 25 minutes allotted to talking about all that. I have nothing now.
Oh, as opposed to usual.
Yeah, I always have something.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Always got a trick up my sleeve. So, in terms of things that ruin Christmas, this is now number 1. Anybody else got a number 2? What's the second worst thing that could happen at Christmas?
Oh boy. I'm sure. Give me some time. I'm sure I'll find
Dogs
another way.
running into the house and stealing the ham.
Turkey. Do you see they made a sequel to that as well? That's on HBO Max.
That can't be good.
There's no way. It's got the guy. It's Ralphie who's all grown up, and the guy who played Ralphie has done a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
He's produced a lot of things. He's directed a bunch of things. Like, the guy's doing pretty well for himself.
Yeah.
Also, pretty easy on the eyes, or at least he was. I think he might be a little up there now, but not a bad looking guy.
Huh. Wonder if he eats like a pig.
That was the brother.
No, I know.
But just any reference to the movie, throw it out there.
Well, if one of them's doing it.
I feel like last year we didn't watch it all that much. Only last year I remember watching wrestling.
No, there's a lot of football on last year.
Oh, okay.
Which will probably be the same thing this year.
Sure.
There's football games on all day.
Nothing will beat Bob Marley Christmas. I loved that. That was so fun.
Buffalo Soldier.
We had Christmas Day. We always go over to our uncle's house, and we were, as my dad's whole side of the family, our dad's whole side of the family, was going on a cruise a couple months later. So, like a
Caribbean cruise.
Yeah, we were all going on a Caribbean cruise a couple months after Christmas. So we walk in, and the whole place is decked out. Like, we got handed Lay's as soon as we walked in. There's all kinds of, like, island-style stuff up or whatever. And Bob Marley is playing over the stereo. Not like Bob Marley Christmas, just the Bob Marley Greatest Hits CD. And it was the only, like, Bob Marley CD that he had. So all of Christmas,
It was 5
just
songs.
the same. I think it was 6 songs. It was just the same 6 songs over and over and over again on repeat. It was the best. It was a blast.
It went unnoticed for the first few hours, and then it was like you were hearing the same song every 5 minutes. Buffalo Soldier.
3 little birds.
I might fire that up on Christmas.
I remember the first cruise I think that we went on when we stopped in one place. You remember when that guy tried to sell you that stuff when you were walking around alone?
Yeah. No, I was with Chris McEwen.
Oh, that was then?
And he said, he is my pharmacy.
Oh,
He's
no,
my
not that
pharmacist?
guy. Not that guy. I was there for that.
Oh, you're talking about
Just the watch going off.
Siri.
Siri, please.
Yeah.
Not in front of everybody.
Yes. No, that was when we were in Jamaica.
I think we were in Haiti.
No, we were in Jamaica.
All right.
And the guy put the bracelet on my wrist.
Yeah.
He was like, go show your parents. And I was like, should I just not come back with this? And I just went and handed it back to him. I went and showed our parents. I don't know what to do with this. The guy made me come show you.
Yeah.
Scary man.
I bought one of my buddies was super into Bob Marley at the time. And so there was this guy.
Is he a stoner, bro?
No. It was Andrew Dorico. And now I remember because it was when I was in 6th grade, because in my 6th grade yearbook, Andrew signed it, Andrew, I throw my cards on your table, which is like a Bob Marley lyric or whatever. And then he drew like a little ace of spades. I was like, this is hilarious.
That's cool.
Yeah. There was a guy who he made these drawings with like rose art markers. But they were pretty good, and he made like a Bob Marley one, so I bought that for my pal and gave it to him.
How much was it?
I don't know. Mom actually probably paid for it.
Yeah.
Which Mom haggled, because I think the guy wanted $20, and she was like $5. And he was like, okay, $15. And Mom was like, $5. And he's like, yeah, all right, you got it.
It's all it takes, man.
Mm-hmm.
It's all it takes.
Rose art markers. Rose art crayons were the fucking worst crayons. Those were just like,
I would
they were
never
all
use
wax.
any rose art product.
I think the colored pencils were probably fine. But you can't go up against a giant like Crayola. Because is Rose Art even still around?
It can't be.
I wonder.
Maybe they sell it at Aldi's.
Aldi's? Do you remember those
I'm just kidding. I like Aldi's.
those scented markers? Like the ones that had the pictures of fruit on them?
Smencils.
No, not Smencils.
Yeah,
Holy
no.
shit, Smencils.
I could talk Smencils forever, man.
Let's talk Smencils, baby.
Recycled Chinese newspapers.
Seriously, that was like, we all got cancer from those, 100%.
But they smell damn good.
Oh, yeah. I'll tell you what. Smencils will put hair on your nugs.
Give me Smencils or give me cancer.
They were, man, those were like.
Just kidding.
Just kidding.
Yeah.
No Smencils.
Yeah.
Cancer, please.
No cancer.
Some more, sir?
Smencils, please. I'm gonna start a religion that's dedicated to Smencils.
Okay.
It's like that's your first communion. You go up and you just get Smencil shavings and you just
Ooh, whiff them. Ooh, strawberry.
throw them over your shoulder.
Oh, yeah, that's all right. That's pretty funny.
Yeah.
Or no, you got to do it like Ash Wednesday, like burn a little Smencil and rub it
And then
on
you
you.
smell each other's foreheads instead of doing peace be with you. Your forehead smells good. Your forehead smells good.
It's not even like a weird play on it, like, and inhale your spirit. It's just like your forehead smells good. Your forehead smells good.
That's all I could come up with in that moment. But inhale
Look, it's a
your spirit's
brainstorming
not
process,
bad.
okay?
Inhale your spirit.
The Vatican
bad.
wasn't built in a
No.
day. It took a lot of kids' buttholes to get that city
Whoa!
of gold.
Whoa!
Whoa! He went there.
Yeah. Jeez, dude. I watched Angels and Demons the other day.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Nice try, sister.
Buffalo's old.
But Smencils were one of those. Smencils only cost like 10 cents, right?
No, dude, they were like $1.75.
I think the resale market was $1.75 for a Smencil.
Dude,
I don't remember
because
that.
I don't know if our parents ever gave you money to go to the Scholastic Book Fair, but they never did me because they knew I was gonna buy the stupid shit.
Right.
Like you might actually
Lambo
go in there and buy.
posters.
Yeah, I was gonna
Yep.
go buy one of those rulers that you could whip people with,
Nice.
or those really long pencils that were like this.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I remember those.
yeah.
That's right. You were there. You know what? Good on the Scholastic Book Fair though. Like they knew, like
Dude, they had sick shit.
Oh,
I
it was
would
the best.
love to pull up to a Scholastic Book
dude.
Fair.
You know what was
The posters, dude. The Lambo.
the Lambo poster? Sure. And you're right. I did buy a ton of books. I remember in first grade, Scholastic Book Fair, Mom did give me some money or whatever, and I bought a bunch of books. And then for some reason they were like keeping the book fair open after hours so that people like parents and kids could come back like that night and buy more stuff. And I was like, Mom, can we please go to the Scholastic Book Fair? And she got home, she's fucking laying on the couch probably watching Ellen. She's like super tired. I'm like, Mom, can we please go to the Scholastic Book Fair? And I'm like itching my stomach while I'm asking her, and she's like, what's going on? And I lift up my shirt, and I had chicken pox. So we couldn't go to the Scholastic Book Fair.
That's when you had chicken
That's
pox?
when I had
remember
chicken
when you had
pox. Yeah.
Man. The Scholastic Book Fair. I'd pay good money to go back into the Scholastic. They had, like, toys.
Yeah. They had a lot of great stuff there.
They were not really that focused on books.
Well, they were. You just weren't paying attention. It was all.
They had a lot of books.
They had a lot of books. They had
but,
a lot
like,
of great
the cash
books.
register was all toys.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
that table where
the
you checked
tables in
out.
the middle were all.
Who worked those?
I think Scholastic had their own employees
that
would
just
travel.
traveled around?
Like in Role Models, how those guys traveled around selling that energy drink. I think those Scholastic.
That makes so much sense. Like
Yeah.
Scholastic salesmen like that, they would have to work.
I wonder if they do those anymore.
They fucking should.
Because
Kids need toys, but they probably have stupid shit now. Like they probably don't even have cool toys.
Well, you know
Probably
what?
have, like, phone chargers.
They probably do have phone chargers. Dude, I bet you that more people bought fidget spinners at Scholastic Book Fairs than any other place in America if they were still around. Can you imagine how much fucking money Scholastic Book Fairs would have made
On fidget spinners alone.
Yes, my God, it probably revitalized the whole industry.
Yeah.
You know what I loved about them though is like a couple weeks before the Scholastic Book Fair, the catalogs or whatever would come in, and you could circle everything you wanted.
Shit.
That's something that
I would always circle like crazy. I would never get a thing.
That's the way it goes.
I never was.
The circling's half the fun, and that's something I've been thinking about a lot recently because of Christmas time.
The Snowflake Shop.
The Snowflake Shop for sure, but what I'm talking about is the Toys R Us catalog would come in, and that was the ultimate because it was like I'm just gonna that's what I have to do today. It's like I'm going to get home from school, sit down with a marker, just circle every page, meticulously go over this thing and find all this stuff.
And you would always in your mind, you thought you knew this is what I'll get. So I'll circle a few big ticket items and then I'll fill in some small things. You know, you always thought okay, this is how this is going to go down. You had no clue ever what was going to happen.
No.
Yeah, I don't think I was ever like as big of a Toys R Us guy.
Oh my God. Well,
I was like the kid, I like from a young age where they were like, "What do you want for Christmas?" I was like, "I want clothes. I want all of the clothes."
really?
I always wanted clothes.
I don't remember that. So you tear open a Bonton box and you start to get butterflies?
No. Well, in our house, yes, because Bonton boxes get reused every year.
That's
so
true.
we have the same.
Shout out to the Bonton. Bonton's going to live forever in that respect.
Yeah, I mean,
We'll
it's
probably
already
open
dead.
some Bonton
Actually,
boxes this year even.
I don't know if I'm legally allowed to say this, but I did get a letter in the mail a few years back when Bonton was closing
Right.
that there was some type of settlement of like people who didn't get all their money that could,
Right.
file. And it was like, "Do you want to sign up?" And I was like, "No."
Did you get paid everything when you did you get
Probably.
all your money when you worked there?
I don't know. I was
Okay.
like 14 years old.
I know it was
don't
very brief.
I didn't even know. I had to have been 16 probably.
I
I wasn't that young. I should have known. But I don't know.
It's
I was
just
probably making $7.25 an hour.
wow. That's wild,
I definitely wasn't getting paid a lot.
man. I was
There,
go ahead.
there was one year at the Snowflake shop
Mm.
where
Snowflake Shop was like this little gift shop kind of thing that would be open at our elementary school at Christmas time so that kids could go and buy
for like
something
a week
for
around
their
Christmas.
Yeah.
You could go and buy like presents for your family. It was
Yep.
all like obviously small stuff.
Yeah, exactly. Like
Like
snow globes and shit.
Paperweights and
The paperweight yep,
I still have
the broken paperweight.
I still have yeah. I still have what's it called? Foam picture frame that says "#1 brother" on it. It's got
my
a picture of you and
gosh,
I in
Who
it.
gave you that?
You did.
Oh,
It's got a basketball and a soccer
yeah, it's
ball.
got just like general
I think a
sports
tennis
shit
ball.
on it.
Yeah.
I remember
it says
that
"#1
picture frame.
brother"
Wow.
or something like that. And it's it's a picture of you and I. I think I'm in Scooby and you're in Peter Pan.
No, I think it's one where we're like wearing regular clothes. Because isn't it
No.
when we've got like
You're definitely in Peter Pan.
well, because I was
And I
sick.
think I'm in Scooby.
Man, those were great days dressing up as Peter
But
Pan.
the one year at the Snowflake shop, I wasn't paying attention, and I was just like excited to be snowflake shopping,
yeah.
and I picked out all the things that I wanted, like to get everybody, and then I went right over and got them all wrapped. And then I was like, I didn't pay for these yet. And they're like, well, they're wrapped. I'm like, yeah, I know. They're like, well, what are they? I'm like, I don't remember. So we literally had to like walk around with the boxes and be like, oh, this is probably that. Like I literally made it. Yeah. Well, like, why wouldn't they just unwrap them? It was only like 5 things probably. But, yeah, never forget that. I was very stressed out. I'm like, I don't know what to do. Like, I don't remember what I got. It's all wrapped.
I think my favorite Christmas that we ever had was we were so young, but it was like it was in my head. I call it the Ninja Turtles Christmas.
When we got the big Ninja
When we got the giant-sized Ninja Turtles, yeah.
I don't remember that at all.
It was. I mean, I think you were either 3 or 4. Like I might have been. I was 5 at the oldest at that time. But that was like, when I think back on that Christmas morning, it looks in my head like the classic Christmas morning, like because you're so small, so it looks like, 4 Ninja Turtles wrapped up. It's like this is a literal ocean of presents.
Yeah.
And all that cool stuff.
Yeah. I was watching a TikTok the other day, and they were talking about like what their Christmas morning like routine was.
Mhm.
The one kid said that they would he said 6:03 I would wake up. I would dive at my father's head, elbow locked. And he said then, we'd all go to the top of the stairs together and you could see all the presents. And they would line us up in order of height. And we'd like run down the stairs one at a
This is
time.
like the goddamn Von Trapp children.
Because the other guy was saying that his family would eat breakfast. They'd wake up and eat breakfast.
Like before?
Yeah.
Oh, that's fucked
Yeah.
up.
He's like, not a big breakfast. It's like, still,
Not a
no,
big
you don't
breakfast.
eat breakfast.
Just a
Food
great
can
food.
wait.
Yeah. Starve.
Yeah.
Do you remember going to?
I love Christmas. I'm excited for
Oh.
Friday.
For curling?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm excited to see like this new curling spot.
Did you curl with us last year?
Yeah, I was
This one's better. I think they're lighter stones too. I don't think they're regulation stones.
Yeah, I mean
they're
that's
amateur
what you
stones.
said. That would make sense. Maybe we can actually like play or whatever.
Compete,
Yeah.
and it won't be snowing because it's covered. It's gonna be cold as shit though. It's gonna be like 18 degrees.
Really? That's part of it.
You're
I
gonna
don't
want
know.
a bundle.
Most things I do, I don't mind doing because most things I do for the meal afterwards. Like my whole life revolves around lunch.
No, I agree. Like everything is when's my next meal. Like that's how. Yes, I agree. And there's gonna be a good meal. I just am a big Christmas fan. Yeah, just good holiday.
Yeah, I mean it definitely gets its shine. Like I would say most folks probably who celebrate it probably consider it the number one holiday.
Yeah.
Because like the family doesn't get together for Halloween.
Some people, I was actually having this conversation the other day, like people whose favorite holiday is Halloween. And I love Halloween.
Yeah.
And I agree, like it's a great night because as an adult, Halloween is kind of like a party holiday. Like there's not really a ton of responsibility, but you get to like have fun with your friends. Like regardless of your age, you know, even if you have kids, like a weekend, you're celebrating Halloween probably at some point, you know, if you're a Halloween person. So I'm a big Halloween fan. But Christmas is the best for that exact reason. One, I like winter. I know that's not a popular opinion.
Hear me out. Controversial statement.
But I like the snow. I think I think Christmas just has a good aesthetic. Like you just want to be warm and cozy.
That's true. It's definitely this is going to sound so stupid. But you are correct because it is, as far as the look goes, it's the most different from any season because even fall and stuff, like, you still have grass.
Yeah, you got grass.
That's so dumb, but it is. I guess that is
Maybe
true.
Valentine's Day has snow.
Valentine's Day, fuck Valentine's Day. That holiday.
And like dumb. You don't not everybody decorates for every holiday, but everybody that celebrates Christmas pretty much decorates for Christmas.
Sure, yeah.
Or like even if you celebrate
little twinkle in the window,
even if you celebrate a different holiday,
right? A winter holiday,
you're decorating.
Yeah,
I feel like there's a lot of decorating going on. It's aesthetic.
You know, because these holidays, these traditions are all built in the wintertime when it's, you know, there's the least amount of daylight throughout the year.
Yeah.
So
you gotta light up the sky.
They're all kind of centered around light, right?
Yeah.
And keeping the light going. You know, Hanukkah, obviously they have the menorah.
What is that? Fuck, you fucking idiot.
Fuck you, Matthew. Fucking A. God damn it.
You are a dumbs. Yes, you are a dumbs. I got your ass because you are a dumbs. Let's do the who would win of the week because you are a dumb. Whoa, you are a dumb.
God damn it. I can't believe I was getting into the rhythm of that song.
You're jiggy with it. You are a dumb. Let's get jiggy with it.
All right.
I was at the Bills game on Saturday.
Oh, yeah.
Fantastic experience. But
you were too high to throw any snowballs. Were you?
Snow was flying around me. I'm not a snowball thrower. Like I would never do that.
Yeah.
To me, there's there was really no consequences, even though they kept saying there was. But like for the people, at least around us, but to me, there's still consequences. I can't partake in actions like that. But I will watch other people do it 10 out of 10 times and not tell them to stop.
Yeah, I hear you.
Oh no, snowballs are flying because I was behind the Miami. I mean, I was up there, correct, but I was behind the Miami bench. But people still would think that they were going to get there, and they were just probably hitting other people.
That's
but they were getting yucked. Like they were,
you know,
you're not really that far because you're up so high, right? So
no, you can angle it, you can do it. Yeah, when I saw people were doing that, at first I was like, "That's so funny."
Yeah,
but then I was kind of like, you know what? That does kind of suck.
See, people were like, I've heard a lot of different opinions. I don't condone it, but I thought it was like it never got old to me. Like I was like, this is so funny.
Yeah,
because it just was. Yeah, I won't get into it, but it was just like, what are you gonna do? Like you got there, and you know, there's not enough time they have to clear off the field and everything. There wasn't enough time to shovel the stadium. It was snowing. Like it didn't snow until the fourth quarter during the game, but it snowed like up until like 4 or 5 o'clock there. And so you got in there and there was like 6 inches of snow on the ground and 6 inches of snow on your seat. So there was just snow everywhere. Like you had to do something with the snow because you couldn't even stand/sit like in your seat. So inevitably it was going to start getting chucked, and it just never stopped. I'm not condoning it, but I mean, what are you going to do?
I remember when we went to the Christmas Eve game years ago against the Dolphins, and there was one Dolphins fan in our section, and he was wearing this huge Dolphins jacket, like vintage style 90s Dolphins Letterman jacket. And he was sitting by himself, and one of the guys, like a couple seats down from us, was just ruthlessly making fun of this dude about how he's got no friends. And eventually the guy just left and he didn't come back. That's pretty brutal.
Poor guy. But at the same time, I was thinking about that game a lot because the Bills lost that game in overtime. And obviously this game was very close.
And I think about that all the time as well because I'll never forget. Because it was a close game. And I remember when the Bills scored. Well, I remember jumping up and down and literally screaming, "We're going to win. We're going to win." And then we lost, and I was like, fuck, I cursed him.
Nice.
Even as I was jumping up, in the back of my mind, I was like, oh, shit, I should keep my mouth shut.
Flashback to walking from third base to home plate.
Oh.
Sorry.
Oh, God.
I had to do it. Too.
No, nothing's as bad as that. I literally, I didn't even, obviously, I was wearing baseball pants. I didn't even have pockets, but I remember having my hands in my pockets as I was taking that long walk. Tag him. Fuck that guy. Fuck baseball coaches. Fuck that. God damn it.
It could have been a sneaky good play if everybody was confused.
Yeah,
and you got
and
to
you
home
know
plate.
what? They were, but so was I. Was the problem?
You never took off.
I was just as confused as they were.
But my point of bringing up the Bills game, sorry, got distracted, was I was just so happy to be there. I just went with my one buddy. We went early-ish, but we didn't, do anything crazy. I was just so excited for the game. We weren't really drinking a ton or anything, but I was just in such a good mood, to be in that environment, Saturday night. You're all bundled up. That at a certain point in the game, the song Poison came on.
Oh, gosh.
And for whatever reason, I was in such a good mood, I actually called our mother. And was like, listen, and it wasn't a drunk thing to do. I was just I was just on cloud nine, man. I was just riding that high of just 70,000 screaming people.
It's your son, Matthew Canada.
I didn't say that.
You know that Poison song you've been looking for?
I got what you did there. It wasn't funny. All right,
I just want you to know that I understood as much as anybody could what you tried to do there.
It wasn't good.
And it was fucking terrible.
Let's do the Who Would Win of the Week, because I'm excited for this one.
Okay, the Who Would Win of the Week this week is the Wet Bandits from Home Alone, a.k.a. the Sticky Bandits, versus Dale and Brennan from Step Brothers.
Marv and Harry.
I believe so, yes. I got to make sure. Oh, I don't have my phone. Which one is which? I think Marv is
the hair guy.
Marv's a tall one, and Harry is Joe Pesci.
The Wet Bandits.
The Wet Bandits, sir.
Marv and Harry.
Mm-hmm.
Which one's which?
Just go on IMDb.
Home Alone Wiki.
God, the internet, there's so much stuff on there. Home Alone has its own wiki. There are a ton of those movies. And most of them are fucking terrible, except the first two.
There's 4.
No, there's more than 4. I think there's 5.
Joe Pesci was Harry.
Okay, there we go.
Marv was Daniel Stern.
Yeah.
Macaulay Culkin.
Macaulay.
You said this guy was handsome? No, that was
somebody else. From
thank God.
Yeah. Wait, Macaulay Culkin?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's not. I mean, he's not.
He looks like
Let me see the picture of him that you're looking at. Okay, yeah, that is what he looks like now. Yo, he does look like Elon Musk
with a mix of somebody else.
He just looks like a weird hipster Elon Musk. like a Brooklyn hipster Elon Musk. That's how I describe him.
Yeah, that could work.
You know who Macaulay Culkin is married to? Brenda Song from Sweet Life of Zack and Cody and Wendy Wu Homecoming Warrior.
Really?
Yeah, London Tipton herself.
London Tipton.
Married to Macaulay Culkin. They got a kid, actually. They have a kid.
Really?
And Macaulay Culkin was also, when he was like much younger, I think when he was like fucking 18, married to Mila Kunis.
Macaulay Culkin was married to Mila Kunis, pre-Ashton Kutcher?
Pre-Ashton. You know it.
Wow. How do you think he... I mean, I don't know what London
I think they're
Tipton's
both
looking
doing
like these days. But.
She's looking good. So they're probably, I'm sure they're both happy.
Okay.
But
enough.
Ashton Kutcher is definitely better looking than Macaulay Culkin.
Yeah.
Without a doubt.
Yeah. Even in a black turtleneck and jeans.
His
Steve
most
Jobs.
famous role.
Yeah.
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 Take a back seat, Kelso. Steve Jobs is in the room.
Something about the hair, man.
I was trying to do like an Ashton Kutcher Steve Jobs
No, it
impression, but
wasn't good.
I can't do
No,
it.
wasn't
I didn't
good.
even try it.
But that's why I know it wasn't
It was
good.
going to be not good, but okay. But you didn't even see what I had in the bag.
I like this fight because there's something so appealing about a stupid criminal.
And I'll tell you, let me say it like this. And this is something that both of these duos have, is they're both just angry idiots. It's just two groups of really mad dum-dums. And they're going to be going into this fight so hot-headed. It's the Sticky Bandits versus Prestige Worldwide. It's going to be two moguls. Can the Sticky Bandits go
Two
against
titans
these,
of industry.
Yeah, exactly, against these two
Yeah.
titans of industry? These two entertainment moguls?
So,
And
my thing is,
okay, yeah.
like, though the Sticky Bandits are dumb. Like, that's their whole they get outsmarted in, like, exactly how you think a child would defend their home is,
Right.
like, what he does.
Yeah.
And once you realize, there's only a child here, the first thing you should be looking for are all the things that go poorly for them.
You should be watching every surface for marbles
Yeah.
to slip on.
Yes. But on the contrary, or like to tie into that, not on the contrary, I guess, don't know if that was the right term. Just trying to have a good transition.
Mhm.
Didn't work. Now we're still,
Yep, just
getting
making
there.
it longer.
Yeah. But if I had to imagine, like, okay, how would Dale and Brennan set up a home security system? It is exactly how Kevin McAllister did it.
Oh
like
my
they
God.
would do exactly that.
That is the argument to make for this fight. I think that argument that you just made will define the outcome of this entire fight because you're so right.
You're like, yeah, because you're thinking in your head, like, yeah, but Dale and Brennan in that movie, like, the whole point of the movie is, like, kind of how dumb and, like, childish they are.
Yeah.
So you're like, that's going to be a negative. But in this case, it actually works out to be a positive because that is clearly the weakness of the Wet Bandits, of Harry and Marv, is, like, they can crack a security system, but if you have a cardboard cutout of Ron Burgundy set on top of a toy train, they will be just absolutely dumbfounded.
Yeah, they're done. That's a height
They're
of
like,
technology.
who's here? If you put on any 70s,
movie.
any black and white film,
Yeah.
they're going to be shitting their pants.
We're like, there's a person in that room
Yeah.
that we need to get away from. You're so right. However, they are the two most durable men on the planet because Dale and Brennan, when they get in that actual physical fight, like, they do fuck each other up pretty good.
Yeah, they hit each other with a shovel and a baseball bat.
But what the Wet Bandits, I mean, they get hit with fucking
Paint cans, irons,
they get
bricks.
electrocuted. Like, there's
Step on nails.
there's one video in particular that I'm thinking of on the internet that's like some like scientist or whatever, some kind of expert watching those stunts and being like, dead. Like, they'd be dead if this was real. They'd be dead. Dead. His skull would be crushed. He'd be dead.
But what I think about, though, is, like, I imagine their number one. Here's the difference: is eventually you'd have them both on the other side, if you really got them pinned in a corner, you made it through all their obstacles, no matter the damage that you took, and you continue to persist on, if you finally got them backed into a corner, you'd open that door and like they'd be sitting there with samurai swords in their Chewbacca masks.
Yeah. See, that's the thing is
And,
Brennan and Dale have this confidence where if they did, like, again, like you're saying, like if Harry and Marv did get past all of the stepbrothers' traps, they would have a moment where they'd be like, no, this is where we step up, because they're just like, this is what happens in movies, so this is what happens in real life, even though these guys are real criminals. Like, even if they had, but even if the Wet Bandits had guns, like Dale and Brennan would still approach this situation the exact same way.
Yeah, until the door opened, and then they panicked. But here's my question: how does like that? Because I haven't seen it. I guess probably in two or 3 years. When Home Alone like ends, like, do the police come?
They must. I honestly
and
don't
arrest
remember.
them. I feel like they just
do
like,
go to jail.
So they must get
because
arrested.
they get out of jail in the second one, I think.
Because
I
was
honestly
thinking
don't remember.
in my head, I'm like, how do they like just give up eventually? Like, do they take enough to the point where like this house is not worth robbing?
Yeah. I don't know, because they are very persistent. That's the other thing about those guys.
To an extent, but then eventually they don't rob the house. So
well, they
what
don't
happens?
get to rob the house, so I think they must get arrested at the end of it. Something goes down.
Why is that not step one? Call the police.
He doesn't want to call the police because he steals the toothbrush earlier in the movie.
Yeah.
And he's afraid that he'll get in trouble for that. So they thought of it. John Hughes thought of everything in that movie.
Foolproof.
Yep, exactly.
Classic.
Don't ever come at the logic of Home Alone.
No, they were actually talking about this is probably subconsciously why I was thinking of the Wet Bandits, but they had this conversation, like how unrealistic it is. Like, how many children would you have to have in your house for you to forget one?
Oh, man. I mean, they had a lot of fucking kids.
Well, they had 8.
Yeah.
And the thing is, when they're counting, the neighbor boy gets counted.
Yeah.
But the neighbor boy doesn't get in the cab.
No, but by then everybody's so fucking squeezed in there that it's like you already did your due diligence in your mind.
And
so
nobody likes him anyway. He's the runt of the family.
Yeah, fucking
it's kind of sad.
Buzz going at him. It is sad.
You want to know what movie sad like that is?
Well, let's lock in our answer for this. We might as well, because I think we both know.
I'm taking Dale and Brennan.
Oh man, I feel like I have to take them just because your argument about like if the Wet Bandits lost to Macaulay Culkin, they will certainly lose to the Step Brothers because it's essentially the same thing.
Because if anything, their stuff will be more like outlandish.
Yeah, exactly. So
yeah,
you're absolutely right. So it's got to be Dale and Brennan locked in.
Yeah, lock that in. Vote on that on Friday on Instagram. Who would win of the week? Dale and Brennan from Step Brothers versus the Wet/Sticky Bandits, Marv and Harry. Only one more Who Would Win of the Week until we have the Tournament of Champions.
Oh, my God, that's right.
So, there could be some serious competition inbound.
Yeah.
And some very bad takes.
I hope that the Wet Bandits win this poll, though, honestly. Just
so that they can compete.
So that they can go into the tournament.
Probably won't. Oh.
The sad movie.
Cheaper by the Dozen.
That's a sad movie, you say?
Because the one...
Oh, because of FedEx?
Yeah, FedEx, man. I feel so bad for FedEx.
They fucking bully the shit out of that
And he's
kid.
such a cute little ginger boy.
I know. He's really...
with his frog.
With Beans. The frog is his only friend. Yeah, I related to that kid a lot.
I don't know why. You'd never had a frog. We did.
It's not about the frog. It's about we didn't have.
We had
snails.
hermit crabs.
We had hermit crabs. We also did have frogs at one time. Do you remember this?
No.
We had 4 frogs. We were at the Galleria Mall, and there was this girl
selling frogs.
Well, I think they were selling like cell phones, and then they had frogs at this kiosk as like part of the campaign or something, the advertising campaign that they were running or something like that. And it was like the end of the day, and they were going home, and they were like, "Hey, do you want these frogs?"
Our mom had to have been this.
Yeah, and we were like, yes, please give us these frogs. So she was
Do
like,
they cuddle?
whatever. So we had 4 frogs in one little terrarium, and we had to go buy like the frog food and stuff. So one of them died immediately, obviously. And so then we had to release the rest of them into the woods. And they smelled so bad. Even when they were alive, they smelled terrible. It was bad news.
They're probably shitting and pissing all over the place.
Yeah, we never cleaned that thing.
No, of course we didn't.
So
I understand why our
just
parents
gave away
didn't
those
get
frogs.
us like animals for a majority of our life.
100%.
The ones that we had, we never took care of.
I mean, it's tough to take care of 4 frogs like
Yeah.
that.
But like, I feel like we were killing sea monkeys.
Well, sea monkeys, those are easy. Those are easy. Do you remember the one time? So I, at the Peach Festival, won a goldfish. You throw the ping pong balls into the little fish. So I made a shot. I actually made a shot, and I won a fish, which I thought was impossible. So I was so excited. We brought it home. The fish's name was Sherlock. That's what I called the fish.
After Sherlock Holmes.
After Sherlock Holmes, because I was obsessed with Sherlock Holmes at the time. Shout out to the Redheaded League and the Speckled Band, 2 of the greatest mystery Sherlock Holmes stories. But we didn't have like a fishbowl for him.
And Robert Downey Jr.
Yeah, sure. We didn't have a fishbowl for Sherlock, so we had to put him in like this weird rectangular vase. And we couldn't go to the store to get a fishbowl until that weekend. So he was in this vase for like a couple days, but you have to clean out the fish thing. So we had to like try and pour him out and do another thing, clean the vase and then whatever. And as we were pouring him out one time,
He fell into the sink.
he fell into the sink.
And I grabbed him.
No, that's not what happened. I'll tell you what happened. So we're pouring the water, and Sherlock falls out of the vase into the sink. He starts flopping around because he can't breathe, and we start both crying immediately, freaking out. And Mom comes over, and she's like, Jesus Christ, and she just picks the fish up and throws it into the bowl.
Okay,
And
first
she
of
was
all-
so
first
angry.
of
She's
all-
like, what are you crying about? Like, solve the problem.
First of all, our poor mother.
100%.
No. This is how we're gonna end the show here. A tribute to our mother, because this is now the second episode in a row where she has, from your lips, taken some crazy slander.
What are you talking about?
She called me the other day in tears and was like, "My sons don't love me." She didn't call me in tears, but she did say like she's gonna storm in here and try to rebuttal. And the last thing we want is our mother storming in here.
100%.
So apologize publicly
For what?
for
I didn't say anything bad about her.
you're always painting this picture of her as like the stepmother from Cinderella.
I disagree.
What did she ever do to you?
Nothing.
Exactly.
And that's the point. Oh, God. She's going to hate this so much.
Yep. I'll stick up for her.
This is... I just want... Because it was on my mind from last week.
Yeah.
Another you crying story.
Yeah, that's fine.
Remember we were on that tiny kids roller coaster?
At
I think it was in
Midtown or whatever.
No, it wasn't at Midtown.
Do you remember that theme park? That was the best.
Old
theme park.
Town.
Old Town.
Yeah, we get to ride the mechanical bull there. Yeah, that place was cool. But I think
Where
it was
was
when we were
that?
in. Where was that like house that we'd go to with the Italian fisherman? Was that Chautauqua?
The Italian fisherman is in Disney. That's the boat and
No, that place is called the Crab House.
oh, then yes, the Italian
Yeah.
fisherman is that in
It
Chautauqua.
was Chautauqua. So we
Yes.
went to Chautauqua and there was like this tiny
The
theme
library.
park there. The shout out to the library. Yeah, that's where my summers were spent. I would go to that library, get the same book every year. It had 2 stories. It was this little kid's picture book. And one story was about a kid who like runs into some monsters, and the other story was about this guy sitting under a willow tree on the hottest day of the summer, and this other dude comes up to him and he's like, "What are you sitting under that willow tree for? Willow trees fucking suck. Willow trees are so stupid. Like you can't use the wood for anything. Like they get in the way. They're so shitty." And the guy under the tree is like, "You know what? Yeah, I guess they're right. You're right. Fuck willow trees." And then the willow tree comes in, starts talking, and is like, "Fuck you, dude. You're sitting underneath my shade right now, and you're talking shit about me? That's not gonna fly." And I'm sitting there rereading that over and over, just eating handful after handful of lemon Tootsie Rolls, just loving my life. Sitting inside during the summer, by the way, which was pretty much my
I don't think
MO.
there was AC in there.
No.
Also,
That was a cool old house.
though, that doesn't sound like the way that book actually went, though. I feel like
It is how that went.
then it wouldn't be a children's book.
Well, I changed some of the language,
Yeah,
but essentially
exactly.
that's pretty close.
Stop fabricating information.
Do you-
Second,
Yeah.
lemon Tootsie Rolls are not good.
They're the
No.
best. You're right.
We're
They're not
not-
good.
there's
They're
no rebuttal.
fucking great.
Continue.
They're the best.
Vanilla.
Lemon fruit. That's so stupid. That's so
if you're talking
stupid.
a non-traditional Tootsie Roll,
Yeah?
a not chocolate Tootsie Roll,
Yeah.
vanilla is the next best.
You're crazy.
Everybody in the world agrees with me.
Emily? Do you have any thoughts on
Emily!
I don't like Tootsie Rolls.
it? Okay. Well,
Yeah,
that's
of
fine.
course she doesn't. They're probably not vegan.
It is not chocolate flavored.
Oh, it's not all natural?
No, it's good, though, whatever it is. Also, are Tootsie Rolls taffy?
No.
What are they? They're their own thing?
They're Tootsie Rolls.
All right. I mean, I'm here for that. They're
Tootsie
chews. They're
Roll. Shout
chocolate
out
chews.
Ilya Labushkin.
Is that a hockey player?
Yeah.
That's a
His
great
goal
name.
song is Tootsie Roll.
Oh, really?
You know that Tootsie
yeah,
Roll?
yeah.
Never
That's funny.
scores. He has yet to score this year. So nobody knows that it is his goal song, but it is.
That's hilarious.
Yeah.
Oh my god, that's awesome. But to say that vanilla is the second best kind is ridiculous. What kinds are there? There's vanilla, lime,
cherry, lemon.
cherry and lemon, and orange,
Yeah.
which I think is just orange flavored.
But if it was orange vanilla, that's what I used to do.
Mix them together. All right, at least that's something.
Creamsicle.
Yeah.
But no, by far vanilla. And then
That's
probably
crazy.
cherry and
You
orange.
can, I mean, if
Lemon
you
and
were-
lime are definitely the worst, is the thing.
What? You're so wrong. Lemon Tootsie Rolls are the best. I love them. I don't even mind standing at that bulk candy thing and
I
just
threw
picking
up-
out
people probably
every
heard,
lemon
I
one.
just threw up in my mouth
No,
thinking about
no.
lemon Tootsie Rolls.
No, lemon Tootsie Rolls are the best. They're so good. They're so.
That's
oh,
what I'll
man,
get you for
I love
Christmas
'em.
then. I'll go to...
I would love that. I would love that. If you get me a really, really big bag of them, a really big one,
Yeah.
then I
But
would
I'll
love that.
poison one of them.
Yeah, I would love that. I love those games. I love games like that. I'm all for it. Little Tootsie Roll roulette.
Andrew,
Yeah.
Merry Christmas.
Happy Hanukkah.
And happy holidays to all of our listeners.
Happy holidays from Channel 4.
This is not Channel 4.
No, but still, I'm sure they.
This is Two in the Cooler.
Happy
I had a
holidays.
logo idea
from
for us the other day, and I
Channel
forgot what it was. It
4.
was stupid, but it was funny.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I mean, that's.
Enjoy this holiday season. Make sure you watch The Mentalist.
Yeah, I hear he finally caught Red
John.
I
He's
hear he
on
finally
his
caught
way.
Red John.
He's on his way.
Yeah. Make sure you're in sleep on Christmas
And
night.
don't forget,
or Red John will
if
get
you
you.
haven't watched the second episode of National Treasure yet, you're dead to me.
Fuck.
It's been out for almost a week.
Oh, that's brutal.
Take care, everybody. Enjoy the holidays.
We should have done the Grinch versus Krampus. That'd be a good one.
From Dwight.
No, just Krampus.
What is the guy?
From German
Impish or
myth.
Admirable? What is that guy?
Oh. Isn't that from like The Office or
Yeah.
something? Yeah. That's funny.
Admirable. Impish. He whips him with the thing.
Classic.
All right, Andy. I love you.
I love you too. Let's get out of here. Thanks, folks.
Oh.
You're a. God damn it. God damn it.